That's one of my least favorite tankers. That's the Caramel. There's actually three other oil tankers right now in the inlet, and the tanker that you see out there is the Caramel, which makes a regular route back and forth from here down to along the west coast into California and elsewhere. There's at least two of these giant oil tankers every week that's coming through the Burrard Inlet, and actually right now there's literally four of them sitting just off of Kate's Park. There's three, and now this one's on its way in right now. Some of them are probably going to Asia, some of them are going to California, but all of this is happening without anybody having any say about it. There's been big increases since 2005. We saw an increase from 22 tankers in a year up to 78. And now Kinder Morgan, who owns the pipeline that brings this oil from the tar sands to fill up those tankers, they actually want to go up to something like 300 tankers a year. And of course, they're not having any public process or asking you or I. They're just asking for businesses whether they're interested in getting more oil.
Hey, compare that tanker that we're looking at in Vancouver Harbor to what happened at Exxon Valdez, the big spill.
Well, each one of those tankers carries something like 3 times as much was spilled by the Exxon Valdez. So if there was a spill, I mean, you could see a huge impact. And of course, if you just take a simple map of the size of the spill from the Exxon Valdez and map it over the BC coast, I mean, it would cover all the way from down in Puget Sound up to close to Prince Rupert. And it's potentially, you could even have a much bigger spill than that. And even just the general operating of it, even without one of those things spilling, just having that oil coming and going through the inlet. We've heard about the tar balls on the beach and sort of that normal spillage. Just having an oil port in our inlet, let alone increasing the amount of oil that's going through there, is having a huge impact. I've been talking a lot to the First Nations people who live along here, and they say even a generation ago, people were able to, go and get seafood, directly from the Burrard Inlet and eat it. So I mean, we're not just talking about people's traditional way of life, but people's ability to feed themselves being impacted, and huge impacts on the marine ecosystem that all of us love. BC's a jewel, and those things are a serious threat to what we have here.
Thanks, Ben.